Hi everyone, welcome you all. So we have done many questions, many programs related to string. Now it is time to do some of the questions which are in your textbook, right? So without much delay, let's see the screenshot which displays the question. So this is the question which I want to tell you, that is actually, if I tell you the page, it is from Information Practices old book 227 and question number 3. You may find this in your new book as well. Nothing much is changed, but the question is somewhat like this. Question number 2: what will be the output produced by following code fragments? Right. So wait a minute, let me have a pen and choose a decent color, let's say blue, right? So now the question is, you have to find out the output. Now, without a computer it is really difficult, but there are certain rules which can be used to find out the output. First of all, what you do, what you can write a simple variable, let's say y, and its value is 1, 2 and 3. Bear me with me for my handwritings, okay, because I'm using a mouse and this is not a good device to write something. Okay, better I should be using a keyboard, but anyways, so this is first thing. And this then second, what you get with this x, okay, x is equals to hello 3 times, hello multiplied by 3. So it will be somewhat like this. If we say it is a hello, so it will be repeated how many times? It will be repeated actually 3 times. So this is the function of operator called an operator called asterisk. Okay, so this will be the status of your x. Now what we are trying to do is, we are manually writing the values of your variables one by one. Okay, so now let us see why I have used a double quotes here, because it is the function str which converts a number into a string. So now y is a string, not a number anymore. So that's why we have used double quotes. And secondly, we have used x is equals to hello 3 times, because if you multiply by 3, it will replicate 3 times and you will get a hello hello and hello. So what we are now doing, we are simply writing the status one by one or line by line. Next is printing the value of x and y. Let's say this portion we will be utilizing for the output. So here what is going to be displayed? First of all, this will be displayed. So you will get a hello, hello and a hello. How many times? 3 times. So hello, hello and hello. Okay, hello, 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 hello and hello. And then it will be catenated with the string called 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so this is your first output. Then it says x is equals to hello world, right? Now this thing is overwritten by a new text that is called a hello world, right? Again, my apologies for my bad handwriting. Please bear with me. Now, why I have cutted this? Because I want to make sure that I do not mistakenly use my previous values. So I have cut this so that I can always refer to my new values. And see, here the previous value was this, but as soon as this statement executes, it is changes according to the statement or according to the assignment we have performed, right? The next is y is equals to len. Okay, now this thing modifies, y variable is modified to a new value, that is the count of all the words in the string. So 5 for the hello and another 5 for the word, that makes 10. And notice this time we are not using double quotes since len is the function which gives you or returns an integer in turn, and its value is this time 10. So 10 is assigned to your y. That's why we have changed its value to y. And now if we print this, so you should be getting the value of y, that is 10, and value of x, that is hello world. So this should be your output if I am not wrong. Okay, so you should be getting this. Now let us try this in our pie chart. Okay, wait a minute, let me get back to the pie chart. Okay, wait a minute, I have to, let's say, mm, cancel this drawing, and I have to type the question. Wait a minute, let me type this. So first of all, let me get rid of all these and start typing from the beginning. It says y is equals to str123, and okay, wait a minute, it's 123, and then we have x is equals to hello multiplied by 3, and then we have a print x comma y, and then we have finally x is equals to okay, hello plus world, and then y is equals to, we have a len of x, and then finally we have a print y, x and y. X and y is there, or y, x and okay, it is y and x. Okay, let us try to execute this piece of code and check out the output, and you will see I am not wrong. And I was a little bit wrong because I haven't used a space, right? So see how these are the silly mistakes, and if you commit this type of a mistake, obviously in examination I'm going to cut you half marks, and that's for sure, right? So do not miss a single space or anything. You should be very cautious about these things. And see, being a programmer professional from since 10 years, I can miss a space, so you can also miss. But the thing is, I am in the other side and checking your copy, so I have a liberty to cut your marks, and you should be taking care of it, right? So this is how we can manually find out the output, and this method of finding the output is called try run. Okay, hopefully you understood this, right? So rest of the two questions are for you have to practice them a lot, or you have to find out the output, and please share the output. Okay, I am keeping an account. Let's see who can do it, and really your answer or your feedback will give me a boost, right? Now the another question is question number 3. Rest 2 you are going to do it, rest of the part, right? uh, this will give you another practice time. Carefully go through the code given below and answer the question based on it. So this is the piece of a code, it is all written, and here are the question which follows. I'm going to do it 1 or 2, and then rest you are going to do it. Okay, now you must be asking, sir, why don't you tell each and every question? The answer is simple and sweet, that I don't want you to become a lazy person, right? You should be knowing each and every bit of it. If I tell you each and everything, then my revision is done. You will not get that benefit. So you must be putting your brain, you must be doing some efforts so that you can learn, right? I don't have to learn, you have to learn, you people have to learn, right? I have to make you learn. So I'm not going to give solution to these questions, because if I do, then I will not be doing justice to my job, right? So I will show you how to do it, but rest you have to do it on your own. Given the input integer 3, what output is produced by line 1? यानी कि if we have an integer and if its value is 3, then what will be the output of the line 1? Line 1 is here, right? So now same strategy we are going to follow. Let me take a pen so that I can draw, and this time I will be choosing a color, let's say green. Okay, so we have this variable and its value is perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Now here this is not the value and our 3 is the value, right, according to the question. And now it says कि find out the output of this line, right? So मेरे को I have to just find out the output of this line. So let's do it, right? And we have int input. Int, it's an integer of a string. So basically it input str is double quote string and we are going to convert it into an integer, so it becomes only 3, right? So here we have input int is 3 and input str is double quotes 3. Okay, now coming to the next line, that is test str is equals to the str. That means its value becomes uh, the this is test, right? Wait a minute, let me write this again. My apologies for making a very sweet handwriting. Okay, let me change the color because I don't feel this is a good color to write. Again, shifting to, let's say, blue only. This is a good color. Now while input length is greater than 0, and now if you substitute the value, here we have a 3. Okay, now test str is equals to test str from 1 to alien, right? So you have to use a slicing. And how you slice? So starting from len, it is this one, and up to -1, that means up to here. Okay, so his space is a tes will be the output of test str for now. Okay, now to test this, okay, I should not be getting rid of this. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. There is a problem in this. There is a space. So we are going to consider a space here and a space here, right? So if we consider this, so then the output will be from this to the T. Okay. So first and the last character will be left out, and your this value will give you how much. This is a test. Okay, so I will be modifying this to without a space and without a space after executing this piece of a code. Okay, and then what it will do, input length is equals to input length minus 1. So input length previously was 3, so it will reduce to 2. Now the value for this is 2, so whenever this will encounter, we will substitute the value 2. So previously it was 3 minus 1, it became 2. That's why we modified it to 2. Okay, now here our loop is coming to the end, so it will move up again, and now substitute the value of this, that is 2, and still it is greater. So if we move this, so now this time I should be getting this to, let's say his is a tes, and then it will again have a -1 and will give you 1, and hence the value will be modified. Substitute the new value, that is 1, still it is greater, and if you do the same thing, then h and s will be cutted, so remaining part is space is te will be the current value, and if you reduce it, now it becomes 0. Still update the value and replace the value, it is 0, and now the condition is still true. So if you remove I and E, then you will get S space is a t. Okay, and then if you do this calculation, now it becomes -1, and replace the value, that is -1, substitute its value. So now the current value is -1. This that makes your condition false, and then you have to execute this piece of a code, and the value for this is t in tststr. So you are getting here, so this is still true, so you should be getting a true in this case, right? So the value for test bool is true. Okay, now if you try to print this variable, the str, if you check out, it is not changed. Okay, see, this is the variable. We are changing this variable, we are not changing anything here. So I must be getting this is a test with the space. Here is a space and here is also space, so same string will be displayed here, right? And now coming to this point, if we talk about if the value is 3 and we are um trying to figure out the output of a line 2, then the latest value of this test str will be there, so output will be s is t. Okay, if the value is 3, and if you try to print this input len, so input len is reduced to -1. Okay, so because after reducing -1 the current value is -1, so that's why we are getting -1 here. And finally, if you do this, we have already calculated its value is true, so you will be getting true, right? So this will be the output for all the lines if your input is 3. Now uh, wait a minute, let's get back to our screenshot. Okay, let me increase the size and see. So if you see, this is a test will be the output, right? So A is the correct option for the first question. And then let us go to the next question and read it. Though I answered it, but still you can see, given the input integer 3, what output is produced by line 2? So line 2 is the test str, so the latest value will be the answer. That was, I think, s is t or none of these. Okay, so output is none of these. Give the input integer f2, what output is produced by line number 3. So line number 3, you can check it out, what will be the output, right? And I think input int is there, so in this time also you should be getting a none of these, but you have to find out the reason. And the last is for you only, right? You do it yourself. I think that's fine. And again, I will be sending you, if possible, another, what we can say, another screenshot. Let me show you what you have to do. Wait a minute, give me some time. So you also have to do question number 4. So this is the screenshot for your question paper. What you have to do, it is a similar kind of a question as earlier, so you have to go through these all and share me the screenshot, right? You must be feeling that this is too much, but you have to do because you have to learn, right? So these are the two things you have to do. That's all for today. Thank you. Bye bye. See you.